Today I wanted to just talk to you about what I learned when I bought my house in Italy. If I look at all the places in the world that I visited, Italy has probably been the most visited place by me. And I just love the culture. I love the food, obviously. I love the people, the community, and of course the architecture is fantastic. I really decided, right, this is what I want to do. I want to buy a little small house just for me, that whenever I need to have a little bit of a pause or a break from life, I would be able to go there. So I started to save a little bit from my yoga business, and I was able to buy my dream house just before, and I mean literally just before the pandemic hit. I went to Italy on February 15th, 2020. And this was really right before things got really bad in Italy and before they stopped having international travel. And I spent a few days finding my dream house in Italy. So I would say that there's two things if you're deciding to buy a house in Italy. First and foremost is to narrow down your location. So it's really important for you to decide where you want to live. Do your research. If you've been to Italy before and there's a certain area that you're just drawn to, that is the location. So narrow it down that this is where you want to be. I would say location first and then house second. I wanted to be in Tuscany, but, and there's a big but here, southern Tuscany is a lot more expensive than northwest Tuscany. So I had then my budget. I'm gonna tell you right now that I bought my house in Italy for just over 100,000 euros. Where can I get a house that I want for this budget? How much do you want to spend on your house? Do you need to have a mortgage? And what is your renovations budget? So your renovations are gonna vary. If you're gonna basically buy something that needs to be gutted inside and out, your renovation budget is gonna be huge. If you want something that needs, in one sense, minimal renovations like mine, then you need to sort of calculate that in and have that a figure in your mind. For minimal budget renovations, look at about like 200 euros per square meter, whatever your house is. That's for minimal. That's like on a budget. That's me right there. And I wanted to be in the town itself because I wanted to be able to walk to the restaurants, to the cafes, to all the shops. And what I would say is that the small towns and villages is where the bargains are to be had. So I hired basically a house finder management company, and I'm gonna put the details down below of who I used. And they were fantastic. So by the way, this is not an ad for them. They probably have no idea that I'm doing this. But I did find a house finder, and thank goodness I did, because especially during the pandemic, it was really difficult as far as closing on this house. Photos online aren't really great. They'll only show you like 12 photos. And so I would say you do need to go to see it, but have someone as a house finder set it up for you. So what I did is I found the house finder property organizer, and I told them the area that I wanted, Northwest Tuscany. And what they did was when I said, I'm gonna book a trip in February, please can you show me houses within this budget that needed some renovation, but not like, a rip down and put it back together again type of house. I arrived and they had booked in, I think about 12 properties for me to see, which was fantastic. But with the house finder, you don't have to keep taking the trips over and over again, especially if you're traveling from the States. That can cost you a lot of money. House finders are worth that expense. Can I get a mortgage? Yes, you can. I did. I got a mortgage of about 60% of my house. So my house was just over 100,000 euros. So I got a mortgage for about 60,000 euros. And it needs to be with an Italian bank. Again, the house finding agency, property organizers, really helped me with that. There was a fee involved with them, and I'm gonna get into my fees in a little bit with them, but they helped me find this mortgage. They told me everything I needed to send them. I had to send them, obviously, a copy of my American Social Security number, even my UK national insurance number, tax summary, and then I had to confirm, obviously, my self-employment. My accountant was amazing. My accountant over here was just able to basically send everything that I needed, which was absolutely fantastic. As a side note, once you submit these to the mortgage, this is just another this is a cost. All of your personal documents that you're sending over for the mortgage, you do have to have them translated into Italian and then authenticated by an Italian court. And that cost was about 1,000 euros to have all of my documents translated and also authenticated by the Italian courts. Once you've put your offer in and it was accepted, they do ask you to put down like a good faith deposit, and it's about 1 to 2%. Immediately right after that, you can get into the legally binding contract. And then you need to put down at least 10% of more of a deposit. So whatever your purchase price is, you would put 10% down. Then it moves on to this next stage with basically a notary. And think of a notary as like, they do the signing and the reading of the deed when you're ready to basically close, when you're ready to complete. So it's like a notary is like a notary, a lawyer, and a title company all in one. So some of the costs, for the notary, we're gonna base it on a 100,000 euro house. It's about 2,500 euros, but that includes the purchase deed and the mortgage deed. Then you're gonna have taxes. If you're gonna be registering it as a second home or a holiday home, it's gonna be a little bit higher. So this was 3,500 euros is what I had to pay for that. Because I was getting a mortgage, I had a bank arrangement fee of 850 euros. I also had to get a bank survey. So somebody had to survey the house. Now that is not required in Italy. If you're a cash buyer, you don't have to have somebody survey your house, but getting a mortgage, you have to. And that was 300 euros. And then there is the purchase mortgage taxes. So again, the mortgage company that I went through, the Italian bank, it's a one-off, it's 2% of the loan amount of if you've registered it as a holiday home. So that was roughly around 1,000 euros for me, and these are just one-off costs. As far as the costs for the house finders, so property organizers, it was worth it for me. So their mortgage fee to do all the mortgage details for me, and I mean, they did everything for me with the mortgage, was roughly around 3,500 euros. And then their finder's fee, so it's just, and we don't pay, when you buy the house, you're not paying it to the seller's agent. They have to do that themselves. But their finder's fee was again, the same amount, 3,500 euros. So it's based on really the price of your house. So you can see it's about 3.5%, but it was really worth it for me, to be perfectly honest, all that they did for me. And especially during the pandemic, you have no idea. Like usually you can close houses quite quickly, I think around 8 weeks. But my house, I put the offer in February 2020, and I didn't close that house until the end of November 2020. So it took a very long time because the world shut down. So you can decide on really how expensive you want to make it by the building works that you do, if you're going to be installing air conditioning, for example, or you're going to be there over the winter months and be using heat, because Italy actually does get cold. But overall, Italy is affordable if you have a budget and you know what location you want to be in. My house, as I like to call it, is la mia piccola casa, which is basically my small house. It's super cute. It has 2 good-sized bedrooms, a rather large kitchen with spectacular views out through the window. It also has a sitting room, and it's got quite a big bathroom, but within that big bathroom, I'm actually going to break through one of the walls into the shower room and make it into a big bathroom with a bath, with a shower, and of course, a loo. But the thing that really sold me on this house was definitely the terrace. So when you walk all the way up to the top, there is this wonderful terrace that has just spectacular views of Fivizzano and of the Apennine Mountains in the background, and also it just has this fantastic church spire and that lovely melody sound of the church bells ringing all day long, which I'm certain I'm never going to get sick of. So I hope that helps you, and I've been wanting to do this video for a really long time, so I'm so excited that I was able to do it now. I do hope that helps you if you're looking to find that dream house in Italy. If I can do it, you can do it.